Hi, I'm Shazad Sheikh and this is the Autocrats. Cars with class, style, verve and vigor. As you can see, that's what we're all about. Now if you bleed octane, love the smell of burning tires in the morning and aren't satisfied until you're revving up a lusty motor, then you're just like me and this is a show for you. Now I've been an automotive journalist for, well, a very long time and I've loved cars since I've been able to love. So come with us on a journey of automotive excellence and extravagance as the Autocrat team and I bring you the coolest, most desirable and exotic rides around. You won't want to miss this because I promise you one amazing ride. You know, there's something quite magical about Maseratis. Did you know that most of them were named after winds? And today, isn't it funny that it's an incredibly windy day here in Dubai? This generation Ghibli was actually reborn in 2014 and brought back an iconic name from the storied brand's past. A past that we're going to be looking into a little bit later on. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss that. Now personally, I love Maseratis. I find them a little bit more Italian than say even Ferraris and Lamborghinis. They're not quite as flashy, but they have a certain flair, elegance and charm about them. Now the GranLusso, which you can identify by those chrome bits on the front, is the more opulent version of the car with an exquisite interior trim. In fact, this particular car comes with the Ermenegildo Xenia trim package that includes exclusively specially developed silk inserts on the seats, the door panels and the roof lining. And the GranSport harks back to Maserati's racing heritage, so it gets the black accents, the red brake calipers and these 20-inch rims instead of the 19s. Inside, there's sports seats. Now under the bonnet, you still get the Ferrari-built 3-litre twin-turbo V6. Yes, I did say Ferrari because these engines are actually built in the Ferrari factory. Now the regular car gets 350 brake horsepower, but this S version sees power jump from 410 to 430 brake horsepower. Now that'll give you a top speed of 286 kilometers per hour. And the rear-wheel drive will go from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. That's a tenth quicker than before. Go for the all-wheel drive Q4 and you can do it in just 4.7. So that's enough of me going on and on about the Ghibli. Let's talk to somebody who has a little bit more knowledge. And I have with me Martina Picotti, who is Senior Brand Manager, Maserati at Altair Motors. How are you doing?
Ciao Shazad, I'm fine. Buongiorno. How are you?
I'm great. Looking fabulous. Is that a Maserati thing?
Well, I'm Italian after all, you know, so that's...
It's a prerequisite, isn't it? So you heard me talking about the Ghibli. Did I miss anything?
Well, I would just add that Ghibli is an Italian masterpiece that beautifully combines the high performance of a sports car and the comfort luxury of an executive sedan.
And where does it fit in the Maserati lineup?
Ghibli is an aspirational model, so it's kind of the entry into the Maserati family. It's a sedan car, 4 doors, together with the Quattroporte, which is another model, and Italian means also 4 doors. And then we have the Maserati of SUVs, the Levante, the Gran Turismo, which is a coupe version, and the Gran Cabrio, which is the convertible version.
Absolutely excellent. Those are my favorite, by the way. Now, who buys a Ghibli? What sort of buyer it comes to these cars?
So the Ghibli customer is generally one who is seeking, a comfort for everyday use, combined with performance, with passion, with sportiness.
Standing out from the crowd, right?
Absolutely.
So we have 2 different trim levels here. How do they reflect the buyer's personality?
Yeah, the GranLusso buyer is looking more for the comfort, the luxury, exclusivity. And talking about exclusivity, in fact, the GranLusso is the only car with the Xenia package, so the Xenia Silk, which is very special, very exclusive.
And which one of these 2 do you think reflects your personality?
My own personality, definitely the GranSport.
That's the one you'd go for, yeah?
Absolutely.
Well, quite frankly, I don't mind which one of them I drive. I just want to take one of those for a drive now. Thanks so much, man.
Enjoy the drive.
See you again soon.
Okay.
So at heart, this is still an Italian sports saloon. It's got perfect 50-50 front and rear weight distribution. That's a bit of a Maserati thing. And it still has a limited slip differential. New for this year, it's now got electric power steering, which it needs for a lot of the driver's aid systems that it's got on board, such as the lane keep assist, blind spot assist. It's even got traffic sign recognition. And they've improved the stability control. So what's it like to drive? Well, the performance, as you can imagine, is excellent. It's in sports mode at the moment, and I do recommend that you drive it in sports mode because the exhaust just sounds so much better. It is an executive luxury saloon, so the ride is actually very, very good on this car. And as you can hear, it's very well damped and quiet in here, so the cabin remains comfortable and quite relaxing. And of course, it rides really well for a luxury car, which is meant to be comfortable and to keep you quite relaxed and calm and also looking very cool. That's the whole idea, right? Steering is great. It's lighter than before, but it's still quite responsive and accurate. And of course, with that weight distribution, it should give you some pretty good handling. We're coming up to a roundabout here. Let's just check it. Now, yep, you can see that the understeer transitions to a neutral attitude fairly quickly and gives you a lot of stability. Now, the thing about it is the body control is also very good, and it corners remarkably flat for a car of this size, of this type, with the sort of ride comfort that it's got. So actually a very, very enjoyable and satisfying car to drive. Do me a favor, get yourselves down to the nearest Maserati dealer and take one for a test drive, and then tell me what you think of it. Auto trivia time, guys. What does Ghibli mean and why is it particularly in tune with the Middle East market? I'll reveal the answer later. Stay tuned. You remember I promised you a very special treat earlier on? Well, here it is! It's an original 1971 Maserati Ghibli. The 1966 Ghibli was regarded as one of the most beautiful Maseratis ever. Look how sleek it is, low and outlandishly long. It has a bonnet that just seems to sweep off into eternity. It should look ridiculous, but actually it is sublime, and you know that you're in the presence of greatness. I mean, Frank Sinatra had one of these. You don't get a cooler cat. Originally, they had a 4.7-litre V8 with Weber carbs putting out 330 brake horsepower, and that was enough to get it from glorious rest to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.6 seconds and onto a top speed of 270 kilometers per hour. That was in 1966. Imagine! And yet inside you had air conditioning, electric windows, and power steering. Now, they made over 1,000 of these, and it outsold its key rivals such as the Ferrari 365 Daytona and the Lamborghini Miura. Now, this Ghibli lives right here at Tomini Classics in Dubai, and Miguel is one of the lucky guys that looks after these amazing cars. Now tell me, Miguel, about this particular car. What's the story behind it?
So this one particularly was delivered in New in France. Then it was, at one point it became the property of Abba Kogan, Formula One racer, and also the son of the creator of Space Invaders.
Whoa.
Fun fact there.
Wow.
And we bought it from a collector in Connecticut who had restored it end to end.
All right. So is it still possible to find a good one of these?
Yes, there are a few out there, but they're getting rarer and rarer to find in this condition.
I imagine so. So what does it actually take to run one of these then?
A lot of money. So
I bet.
that's why I recommend to get the first one, the best one you can to start with.
Ah, okay. Final question. Can I have a go?
All yours.
Whoa! Wow, that was amazing. Thanks so much, Miguel, for letting me have a go in this legendary machine. Come and have a look at this car yourself. It's here at Tomini Classics in Dubai. Now, you remember earlier, I asked you an auto trivia question. And I'm now going to reveal the answer to you. Now, I did hint at this earlier when I mentioned the wind. So Ghibli actually is the name of a wind. In this case, it's a southern easterly Mediterranean wind coming from the Sahara. Now, in North Africa, they would call it Ghibli. So now you know. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please do let us know what you thought of it at the address below. And you know what? If you have any questions about cars, send them in too, and we'll try and answer them in the next episode.